Good morning. Yeah, for real, man. What happened to this weekend? It's like I stared at the wall for like 5 seconds and I'm like, all right, back to work. Anyways, let's get back to work. That was a nice 15-minute break. It's this strange realization of how lucid time can feel, or how not lucid. What's the is the word lucid? How varying time can be. Ordered your first blocks of cosplay. Hey, congratulations. You've ascended to an elite group of human beings who will now know the feeling of cosplay. Yeah, it's good. It's a really good material that can help prop up your thought on sculpture itself, because it's such an easy to use material. Not in the sense of like you don't need skill to use it, but more of like there's less of the material fighting you. You know, like ceramic clay has so many different rules, and it dries out, and it's got all this chalky feeling, dust everywhere. So it creates, there's a lot of like negatives. Same with epoxy clay. It's like trying to sculpt chewed bubble gum, so it's not really user friendly. And Sculpey is just like cosplay, except you make something that you're really proud of, and 9 times out of 10 it cracks and breaks. So that's detrimental. So cosplay really is, it's the pinnacle. We have reached the pinnacle of human sculpting technology. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the end, friends. It's all downhill from here. Oh, really? That's interesting. All on you now. Yep. No, nothing to blame but yourself now. Did that a few months ago. Too nervous to use it. Yeah, just be spontaneous and fun with it. Like for example, see this little lump of material here? I had leftover epoxy putty. I was putting onto a base, and I had a big chunk left over, so I spontaneously whipped up this a skull of sorts, right? Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to slap clay on this and create a whole just unique character. Totally with no direction whatsoever. I'm not trying to make it look like anything. The decision has already been made for the form. It's our base structure. I'm going to skin it and coat it in clay and then create something out of it. So I think that sometimes, when you're picking your first project to do, you can get lost in the infinite void of ideas, good ideas, but just kind of be spontaneous. As soon as you come up with something that seems fun to do, just do it. Don't even overthink it to the point where it's like I have to pick the perfect idea right now.
Well done,
like,
brave hero. Your labor has borne fruit.
Hey,
Enjoy these goods as a
Mr.
reward
Hugo.
for your dedication.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hugo. Old Matt. Let's see what we got for you. The hardest part of the quest is often just believing you're worthy of it. Yes, you're worthy of the quest. Get to stepping. Get to work. Thanks for kicking off the week, Hugo. I appreciate it, my friend. Hugo, do be worthy. That's right. Yeah. And so I think what makes a good idea, especially for someone who's beginning, is to instead of like I'm gonna make a Ragnar Lothbrok sculpture, you say I'm gonna make a generic Viking that I get to design. This gives you like some direction, like an overarching idea, but gives you freedom to choose how the character looks, what he's doing, everything about the character, you know. And there's a lot of fun in that, and also there's less pressure because you're not trying to make it look like something specific. You are trying to make it look specifically like a Viking-esque character, but you're not trying to make it look like a very specific Viking character, you know. So, or even picking characters like book characters that are never illustrated, like something that has nothing to compare it to, you know, like some sort of a character that's just, I think honestly that's one of the best ways to kind of lock in an idea without being too specific, like a category, almost like picking a category. So like I'm gonna make a zombie character. And you just make a zombie character. Maybe decide on the style you're gonna make it in, and then have reference to work off of that's in that similar style. Yeah, and then because what you want is your first projects, I should say, to be wins. You know, you want them to be a pleasant experience that you get to the finish line of, and you're happy with the results, at least a little bit, you know. It is possible, but it's also very possible to choose an idea. You choose a quest that's like way too difficult and almost like cut yourself off at the knees, you know, where you're like, this sculpting thing isn't for me. Like, well, you tried doing a likeness of, Katy Perry, you know. Of course, it ended up looking like the bog hag of the swamp. But, you know, you're saying to everybody you're making Katy Perry, but you end up with this bog hag from the swamp, and then it makes you feel bad. Katy Perry in her true form. See what I just did there? I just spun it. I just took I had the intention and then the results, and I just created a bridge between the two. Okay, and we just went with the flow. Okay, this is Katy Perry in her bog hag form. Okay? That's what I like about when you invent your own characters, is if this will happen, you're not going to have full control over how the project is going because you just haven't been sculpting enough. You know, you don't have full control over the material. So you can allow the project to drift into something else and just allow that to happen and kind of go with it. Even like lean into it a little bit, you know. Where it's like I started making this, but then it started going this way, and I just kind of went with it, you know. And over time, you can kind of sharpen that ability to kind of stay on track. It's definitely what happened with your gremlin, yeah. And that's totally fine. Yeah. drifting is encouraged, especially early on, because you'll end up with a much better result letting it drift. So okay, so today I'm not 100% prepared for our robot quest yet, so I think maybe next Monday I should be set up for that. There's a few things I need to get together. I'm waiting on some things to come in the mail before we can try to sculpt Bog Hag of Swamp, and it will turn into Katy Perry. No, it won't. It'll turn into like the try to sculpt Bog Hag of the Swamp, and it turns into like the old man Jenkins from the Valley instead. There's a spiraling downward that happens. It never spirals upward. So today we're going to kind of pull all the projects. We're going to kind of touch base with each of the projects, pull them out, the ones that have raw clay already on there, and we're going to actually, you know what? We could even just work on our Wednesday lineup, because Wednesday is we're taking off this Wednesday. It's me and my wife's 7-year anniversary. 7, the year of completion. We are complete. So, but let's just we'll start with Wednesday, and we'll work through all the projects that have raw clay on top of baked clay and try to get them all to a baking stage. I think that's a good use of today. So our Wednesday piece is this one, which we need to finish up his shoes. His beautiful shoes. I can also do oops. Even boggier Bog Hag, yeah, exactly. Way more boggy than intended. So true. Okay. We can also run some of these. I think we need one more of these, and we need a lot more of these chain links. So let's get into it, friends. I walked out of my house, was it yesterday or the day before, to the smell of formaldehyde in the air, with a chemical haze all over the land. I think it's still out there today, but apparently the Canada wildfires are so bad that it's sending smoke all the way from there to here, and by the time it gets here, it's turned into formaldehyde and other toxic chemicals. Like literally, like walk outside, it smells like it's like someone sprayed cleaning spray all over the place. Like almost like an ozone smell, if you know what ozone smell is. I'll stay so preserved, yeah. Well, thankfully we've had the house on lockdown airflow wise because of it being hot. So we've just kept a really tight lid on the front door, and I have my homemade air purifier machine I made going full blast over in the front of the house. So it's pretty good. The garden won't get contaminated? I don't know. I did harvest the onions. They're hanging on the fence drying, so. But I was outside and one of my neighbors across the street struck up a conversation with me. And by the end of the conversation, I was seeing my heartbeat in my eyes. I'm not even joking. A little bit lightheaded, too. So, yeah, maybe I should stand out in the formaldehyde and converse. I hadn't seen the neighbor in a while, and I didn't want to cut him off. He just lost his wife, so I took the hit. Took the hit for the conversation. Pretty crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about garden getting contaminated or whatnot. Like if it settles, does it settle or does it dissipate? I'm not sure. Does it soak into the flesh of the tomatoes? Prime for my consumption? Who knows? All right, let's see here. Oh no, it's been really rough, especially for the garden. It's been it was really dry, then really wet, like a lot of rain. Now we're back to bone dry again and formaldehyde. It's raining formaldehyde in the air instead of water. Yeah, it'll just I think it'll just get kind of worse and worse year after year. That's how those things usually are. Just like our physical bodies when there's an issue, that's something that's wrong. It's a progression to it. Because what was it? Was it last year? I think it was just last year we had the same fire situation, chemical in the air, smell. This year's worse, though. That's it, Canada. It's enough. You're done. Was it 1,000 people died from heat in France? I think I was reading about that. It's insane what kind of heat they had to deal with. You know, it's funny because it's like being a creative person and making something, creating something. It's like laughing in the face of all the destruction. It's like always brings you a sense of peace and fulfillment, at least for me. I think that's the best way to deal with all that negative stuff. Many different forms of being creative. Even the planting of my garden. Actually, in my front yard, I have. So we have a front yard, and then there's a sidewalk, and then a boulevard, which is like a patch of grass between the sidewalk and the street, which we have to maintain our own boulevard. Well, a sunflower started growing in my boulevard from being seeded there from the previous season, and I mowed around it. So now there's this giant sunflower stemming out of the boulevard like a tree. It's my act of defiance. It's the defiant sunflower on the boulevard. Maybe it's a sneaky camera. It just blends in with the beard. Has the beard camouflage on there. Just kind of like drape it around there. See? Well, yeah. I mean, you live in a desert, Captain. You could grow dragon fruit. Good morning, Looper. No stream on Wednesday. That's right. We are taking the day off. Other than that, though, it should be a nice, straightforward week. of odd ends. This is an odd end, actually. It really is. What an odd end of this piece. This is actually a very Jonesian thing, I would say. These giant, like, Bigfoot slippers on a super serious paladin character. Just need the cheeseburger pajama pants or something. Cheeseburger print pajama pants. Bigfoot slippers. I would love to do a series of sculpted characters based on like people of Walmart or something like that. Wouldn't that be funny? Like take the most radical, ridiculous examples, but like sculpt them in an exaggerated form, like Pixar-esque, like caricature proportioned. Holding a breakfast burrito. There you go. Bigfoot slippers, cheeseburger pajama pants with like probably like a red color, something like super like ridiculous. Maybe like a sports jersey t-shirt and a breakfast burrito in one hand. Yeah. I could see it now. Ship it. Funny how that is, right? You need that gravity chair now. Get that Levita gravity chair. Work is bad for our health. Well, probably very true, actually. For some more than others. Just a dispensable cog in a machine. Worn out, used up, cast into the scrap pile to make room for a new. All right. That's looking good. Now we can bake that. Let's fill up these molds here too. Yeah, you know, it's like every hour should just break up the sitting every hour, get up, do a couple squats or walk around a bit, you know. It's so small little things that can really help tip the scales in one way or the other. Boris, how you doing there, my friend? You bought a webcam for a stream, but it says 1080. But the quality is very poor and grainy. Well, what kind is it? What's the brand and the model? $1080p has become like just a term that's like thrown around, you know, like it's not. It's one of those like it's like when chicken says all natural. You know what I mean? Little catchphrases at this point. Pack of chicken says all natural. Red Dragon GW800. I've never heard of that before. I'll have to look into that one. Also, you have to play around with the settings on the cameras. You can get cameras to look good through the settings. What are you on about? 1080p is a measurable stat. Yeah, I know, but it's more of the people's perception that 1080p automatically means it's good. You know, that it's high quality. So depending on the camera, you'll either have a so most streams run at 720 to 1080. Usually a live stream doesn't run beyond that. So because like the camera could be even better quality, but if the live stream feed is not, like the settings don't match, you know, then it doesn't really matter. It gets compressed. So I can guarantee there's arsenic and 100% organic and 100% free range. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, this arsenic is 100% organic, 100% free range. Yeah, all natural. I love the all natural thing because it's like, well, where else are you going to get stuff from? Where else are you going to get ingredients from? You're just going to like warp them out of the void? Every ingredient, even the most toxic chemicals, are all natural. They're made from natural sources. At some point, it was a natural thing that got processed into the unnatural thing. Did a recording test, was not happy with it. Let's see, what is this? I've never heard of this brand before. Red Dragon GW800. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it is okay. It is a very inexpensive model, so as far as cameras go, it's not super. You know, if you can spend a little bit more, then you'll probably end up with a better image. I recommend if you're on a budget, if you're on a budget, going with Logitech. Logitech webcams have always been solid. They've always been really solid webcams. So like, let's see, Logitech. Let's see what. Let's see which ones are out there for now. Yeah, the C20s, the Logitech C20s. You're gonna have to spend about twice as much as that one you just got, but it's gonna be worth it. I mean, here's a Brio one. Oh, yeah. I mean, so you're looking at about like $70 for a Logitech C20 camera. Oh, they've come out. If you want a really good webcam, you're usually looking at like 200 plus for a good one. I think this one is like 3 something. The one I'm using right here. That one's made by Razer. But I used the Logitech cameras a lot in the past, and they've always been really good. The Brio, I think, was my last model that I used. It's for 170. I know. I know, Looper. I got this guy right here. This one right here. I got this one used from KEH. It's the Sony A5100. I can't remember how much that one ran me. Even used, I think altogether, you're looking at like $600-700 or something like that. With the lens and everything. Let's see, Logitech, I think is the C20. Look up Logitech C920. I used these ones for a long time, these C920s. Let me give you a link. There. I would recommend sending back that other one and getting that one instead. And at least that one should be at least decent enough. And again, you're still gonna have to play around with the settings to get it to be, really good, but I'd give that one a try. Really? Well, see, I never use autofocus on cameras, even on this one right here. This one, I have the focus locked into a certain range. See, so it won't focus out here, and it won't focus up here. But I'm in this range in the middle is my kind of my natural where I hold things range. So. Better to buy a used video camera then? Yeah, for sure. If you want to go that route, but even a used one is going to cost you more than that. Probably that's $68. If you can find a used camera, video camera, that's cheaper than that. Yeah, for sure. So this camera here, this one that I'm pointing at here, this one is a DSLR camera, which is used as well. But even used, like I said, it costs probably around $600 or $700 for because you got to get the lens, you got to get the dummy battery, which is like a fake battery. You have to get the capture card so the computer and that can hook up. It was a pain in the butt to get this thing hooked up, actually. Once you get it working, then it's good, but all right, let me get this guy in the oven. We'll bake it, and then we'll work on the next thing. I'll be right back.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
All right. Hello, Mr. Merrick. Good morning. Hey, young grasshopper. Found me in the land of Stain Winston, CA. Really? What's CA? Stain Winston, California? Okay, let's see what's next. Character arts. Oh. What, on their forums or something? Welcome in. Stan Winston School of Character Arts. Okay. Yeah, I actually, so I've known about Stan Winston for a while, and one day randomly, a streamer friend of mine, M. Croft, she does body painting, told me about I did win. She told me about this Stan Winston School of Character Arts sculpting contest, and I actually decided to enter an original piece that I had done one year, and I ended up winning, so I won an award. It's like one of those things you're just like, I didn't expect that. It was just one of those, well, might as well. Cool. It was the golem, yeah, the siege golem. It was a character I had designed for a client that I decided to submit. Ended up winning. Many of the tools of which, because the prize was some tools, some clay. I had a year access to the Stan Winston School, like online teachings. That was nice. But the clay and the tools I still use to this day. I think that was back, how long ago was that? That was quite a few years ago at this point now. 2024, I guess it wasn't that long ago. Feels like forever ago, doesn't it? Well, I appreciate that. So, was I brought up in conversation? I'm curious, was I brought up in conversation, or were you just browsing around the old forum posts? I'm curious because I haven't really been active over there recently, so. It certainly feels like longer than 2 years, yeah, doesn't it? Oh, you were just browsing, okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, welcome in. This is what we do. So I've been sculpting and live streaming now for over a decade. Since 2011. And I work mostly in polymer clay. Specifically, Cos clay is my material of choice. Yeah, we don't care about spelling here, only communication. As long as that was successful. I did, yeah. I did the technique where we roll a piece of clay on the wire and then kind of bend it into position. You kind of insert it straight into the back and then give it a nice bend. 2017, yeah. I mean, it's, the internet's a very big place. Easy to get lost here. Actually, I wanted to talk with Stan. We did talk about it a little bit, but they didn't go for it. But I always wanted to make a class with them. I started doing my own. I ended up started doing my own class, but I think before I started doing my own classes, I was talking with them about producing a high quality lesson for their platform. They got a lot of the, I get it. I'm a new kid on the block. They got a lot of the old school sculptor guys. The ones from the era of Hollywood, back when they used to traditionally make everything, Yeah, what's his face? Jordu Shell type folk. Oh yeah, the lessons themselves are evil. Well, if you want, I have evil free lessons available on my YouTube. And they're free, so check it out. We have start to finish. Start to finish character creations. Free evil lessons? Oh, no, not evil. Free not evil lessons. Too good to be true. Surely there's a catch. It must be evil. I mean, you're not wrong. In this world, usually that's the case. But I'm trying to tell you, Sprockets, I'm the exception here. Okay, I'm a real down-to-earth human being. I'm a human being just like you. I love human being things. You know, sitting around on chairs in the grass. And barbecuing some meats while drinking fermented beverages. See? It's just like you. We're relatable. I own the cosplay company. No, I don't. But I am in connection with the owner of Cosplay, and he is an awesome guy, really good guy. Arnold, I can never say anything bad about Mr. Arnold. He's such a passionate, caring individual that really does put his everything into what he does. So definitely a good dude to support. And he supports me too. So we support each other. Deadpool and Thanos. Thanos is the good guy. What are you talking about? You guys got it all wrong. Have you molded your art, made resin cast? No, I specialize in making one-offs or one-of-a-kind pieces, like built, custom ordered. I kind of stay in my lane with that. He's not the good guy. Thanos? Yeah, he's the good guy of the story. All right, watch the movies again, but pretend Thanos is the good guy. It's a completely different perspective. And then throw away the movie where they reversed everything. There you go. Thanks to the Avengers, we're suffering from overpopulation again. Thanks, Avengers. A murderous thug. Look, Spider-Man was being dramatic. It was a painless way. It was a totally unbiased lottery system, and it was a painless way. Till he started killing okay, maybe nobody's perfect. All right, Thanos has some things to work on. All right, just like all of us. It's just got some things to work on. Don't beat the guy up about it. All right. I'm sure Thanos does some things better than all of us. Just has some weak spots. That's all. I'm gonna add a few of these little spine bumps on the tail here. Thor's always messing things up. I'm telling you, the Avengers script is totally flipped. Thanos is the good guy. The Avengers are the bad guys. Can you describe some of your weaknesses at the job interview? Can you describe some of your weaknesses? Well, sometimes I do a little genocide. Plotting the destruction of half of the cosmos. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. Little Geno and tonic on the weekends. Oh man, I so desperately hate those questions that they ask in like job interviews and stuff like that. Please describe your weakness. Describe one of your weaknesses. Describe a challenge that you overcame. Tell us about the challenge and how you overcame it. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. I have this weakness. I really don't like interviews and interview questions. That's my weakness. Other than that, I'm a really great worker. Just gonna have to trust me on that one. Positive twist, I helped solve the world hunger / food shortage problem single-handedly. Yeah. Yeah, right? If they were really the good guys, would they be so destructive and not actually help, the destruction that they caused? What if the whole Avengers Marvel universe is just like, it's like a perspective thing, like it's stories told from the perspective of these heroes, but it's like not the real, it's not the real truth here. It's like through the lens of their own perspective. These like amazing heroes. I want the unfiltered. So, oh yeah, you're right. They do have that as a plot point. Yeah, like nobody screamed in pain when they turned to ash, except Spider-Man was just being over exaggerating. All right, it was the one person, only one person out of trillions of people. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's the that's not the rule, that's the exception to the rule. Are we just supposed to just like judge this event by Spider-Man being over dramatic? He didn't hurt, he just didn't want to die. Yeah, I think that was more the case. Instead, he'll just have to get old and die in pain instead. Nice job, Spider-Man. Wise choice. That's the spirit. It'd be cool to do, it'd be cool to do a series of characters, like of the superhero characters, but like, evil twist, the evil twist, or the untwisting, the untwisted version. Also, think about how many superheroes are like really extremely over the top wealthy. You know, I mean, look at Iron Man, for example. Like a billionaire arms dealer, maker of weapons of war, who's very full of himself. Basically, Elon Musk, right? There's actually a strange kind of mirroring. You and your good evil twisting. I like doing that. That's a fun way to do characters. Iron Man is unusual. Most of them are not wealthy. Really? What about Black Widow? You think she's got money? I bet she's got money. Super government, super secret spy, government agent. Do you think they get paid to be heroes? Oh yeah, for sure. Bruce Banner definitely got money. Who's the most Joe Schmo of the superheroes? That comes from like a Joe Schmo background. Ant-Man, he's a scientist, though, isn't he? No, I'm talking like, you know, like below the poverty line here, superhero. Captain America. I don't know. I think they're all doing all right. Spider-Man's whole character is about being below the poverty line. Now back to Spider-Man. Is he? Is he? I mean, I guess they live in the city. Let's see. You know, I'm curious now. Let's see. Spider-Man. Most famous broke hero is Spider-Man, who frequently dodges eviction. Other low-income heroes like Luke Cage, Daredevil. Oh, okay. Jessica Jones, Hawkeye, and the Hulk. The Hulk is poor? Oh my goodness. Swamp Thing probably doesn't have very much money because he's just done. I'm just gonna exist as a swamp. Yeah, but what did the Hulk, Bruce Banner... What did Bruce Banner do before being Hulk? Scientist for the military? You gonna tell me he doesn't got a nice juicy savings account? Come on now. A nuclear physicist for the US government? That's not poor. Okay, how much does a nuclear physicist make? $95,000 to $166,000 per year. That's in mid-career, senior level, $112,000 to $156,000 per year. That's pretty good. That ain't poor. How old was Bruce Banner before he became Hulk? Late 20s to early 30s. He was approximately 35 years old in the original Marvel comic. Yeah, he was doing all right. Think about it, when he became Hulk, he didn't have any bills anymore, right? He could have thrown all his savings into like an investment fund and then just jumped around the world as the Hulk, you know? By the time he snapped out of it, you know, he had a big pile of money sitting there. Oh, yeah. I mean, he had phases where he was ousted from society, so I'm sure he didn't have access to his funds. True. Yeah, right. How is their economy even surviving? Yeah. It would be fun to they should create like a TV show or a movie that's like, it's just normal people, like normal everyday life people but they like live in an area that's like ridden with superhero activity and like the chaos thereof, you know, the struggles. That'd be pretty fun. You know, people having to like uproot and find a new place to live because Hulk came like smashing through their living room one day and the cleanup crew. Yeah, that'd be cool. Man, starting the week off right here with some tangents. Yeah, right. Imagine insurance rates in those particular cities. I tell you what, I would probably be convinced to live out in the countryside a little bit more if there was a threat of superhero destruction. Imagine owning the skyscraper next to the Avengers Tower. This is a minion from the game Overlord. Yeah. Being in the office building across the street from the Avengers Tower. It's like, oh, that's a pretty risky. You need some like hazards insurance right there. It's like a 50% chance your office will be like smashed through it, you know, throughout the year. 50%. Oh yeah, maybe they're like Transformers, Jones. That, you know, because they're all self-driving. One day he'll like hit a button and they'll all like assemble in the middle of the country and like kind of like come together into like some sort of giant robot, like a giant mech suit, Gundam style. could see that. Okay. Megatron. Hello, Luna. All right, let's brush this with alcohol. What kind of car would Banner drive? I feel like something with rust on it for sure. Like a sedan type vehicle. Cheap one, yeah. An Oldsmobile, an old school Oldsmobile 4-door sedan with some rust on the fenders. Maybe like a different colored front right fender or something. GMC farm truck. Trucks are actually, the thing about trucks is they're actually, even like a worn down truck is pricey because of the utility of a truck. The value of a truck definitely holds much longer. Old Chevy truck. Right. I think that's looking pretty good. That can go in the oven. I have to fix some of our troll heads from Friday. smaller brush. No, I'll fly. I'll probably fly. Maybe. Not too sure yet. Ford F-150. Man, I would have way more stuff. I would have way more just random junk if I had a truck. Especially leaves and wood. My truck would look like old man Bob's every week, new junk in the back. Bob's always got different projects going on. Always something new in the back of his truck. Bad he needs fix on the neck here. Cat looks very suspicious. Nah, he's a good business guy. Just don't cross them.
Noble ally, please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Mr. Corvick, thank you so much, man, for your support. I appreciate that. Mr. Corvick. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Rita from Germany. Hello. Wie geht's es dir? Wie geht's es dir? Welcome in. We got Troll Boogies, Ground Basilisk Fang, or Love Potion. Corvick. Make your choice. Yeah, I use my normal kitchen oven, my regular kitchen oven for my clay. I don't like using a toaster oven. I like a full-size oven because it's very common for a toaster oven to kind of burn things because it's a smaller space. Oh, okay. Going with the love potion. Let's see what we got here. Hello, Lori. Good morning. The deepest roots are never seen, yet they hold the tallest trees. Oh, yeah, that's true. Bisschen Deutsch. Meine Frau is from Germany. My wife's from Germany. Hessisch, from the land of Hessen. Some judgment. No, I was expecting you would pick Troll Boogies, and I was just caught off guard with that. Hot spots in toaster ovens, a lot more concentrate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more of an even bake in a regular oven. That's right. Hey, Noodle. I am doing well. How are you? All is good here. Okay. Yeah, normally we go to Germany in the fall every, we try to get there once a year. But this year we're not going this fall, so we'll be shooting for 2027, hopefully. Well, we'll have to make it. We have to make it happen because, we just have to. It's important. Jordy was using a toaster oven for his lessons. Yeah. I bet, though, if he probably just had limited options available to him. I bet you if he could choose a regular oven, he would use that. They probably just didn't have a full-size oven there or something like that. So I've used the clay glue to fill in these little kind of cavities on the sides of the eyeballs. So that way when this gets painted, it'll be much easier to paint. So those can get baked now. The clay glue will harden and kind of... Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of setup they're working with, but full-size oven is not a common tool to have around a shop because it takes up a lot of space. I need a piece of wood with some holes in it. I have some over here, actually. One, a two, a three. Those will all get baked. Nope. Actually, COS, the COS in COS clay, most people don't know this, stands for Curable Oven Safe. Curable Oven Safe clay. Yeah. If anyone's wondering what these little heads are here, actually on Fridays, I do something called Trollhead Day. Every Friday, I sculpt 4 custom heads. If you tune in on Friday, you can commission a head of your own choosing. These are the ones from this past Friday. But yeah, I'll make any character that either exists or doesn't exist. Depends on what you want. You can make something up completely or pick your favorite character. You know, this one's Batty from Ferngully. The other 2 are invented characters. This is one of Robin Hood's evil henchmen from an alternate reality Robin Hood, where they're the bad guy. It's going to be part of a chess set. This is a cat underbelly merchant from another universe that we've kind of developed. He's a procurer of documents, forged documents, in the realm of the sock thief. Yes, I did, Preston. Yeah, I sure did. So yeah, tune in if you're interested in getting a head sculpt made. They come in a nice wizardy style box, and they're all numbered and signed. And you just got to purveyor. Sorry, not procure. Purveyor. Yes, I always get that wrong. Just tune in on Fridays. I only do 4 each week, so you just have to be here. 11 a.m. Central Time. 10:30 a.m. is when we open so you can actually join the race. Okay. Let's see. It's 100 for a painted head or 75 for unpainted. For the heads. Let's see here. What about the sulfur-based clay like Chavant? I use Chavant for project sketches. So I actually won a lot of Chavant when I did when I won the Stan Winston School of Character Arts sculpting contest. And I use it to create like almost like a rough draft. Here, I'll show you this recent one I did. This is for an upcoming project we're doing for a game company. So when I get a client that wants something made, I'll kind of get the budget and I'll get the idea and what they're looking for in mind, and then I'll create something like this, which is like a rough draft of what I'm imagining we can make happen, and then I'll just use this as reference to do. So, you know, this was done in, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours to make this, and this is all using Chavant. So, and then I just reuse this material just for like for future sketches, you know. Like a mock build. Okay, so this and this goes in the oven, this goes in the oven, and then I think we're gonna do, I think we'll finish up the bags on this guy here. Finish off his little bags on his vest so we can get him baked. I'm just kind of working through everything that's kind of partially done that needs to be baked. So, did you bake it? No, you don't bake Chavant. Chavant doesn't cure. It actually, if you bake it, it'll melt into a puddle. So you heat it up to soften it. Actually, it's not scorch. It's not for that. What was the first thing you sculpted, and do you have advice on which clay to use and what is the best way to start? Yes, if you want to sculpt like what I do, one-of-a-kind creations that you could paint and finish and gift to somebody or sell, I would recommend using the exact same clay I use, which is Cos clay. I'd say start with extra firm, Cos clay sculpt extra firm, and work your way softer if you want from there. Yeah, that's like a clay you would use for molding, or in my case, I use it for sketching, something that's not permanent, you know. It is available in a bunch of colors. Yep, that's right. There's all kinds of different approaches to making things, you know. But my approach is I use polymer clay. And I have free start to finish tutorials you can go check out on my YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel, click on playlists, and you'll see how to sculpt a woodland gremlin. I'd say start with that class. And you can either follow it step by step all the way through, and you'll learn a lot along the way, or you can kind of get bits and pieces from it. But yeah, I do intend to put together some shorter classes. I said, yeah, extra firm. Yeah, get the extra firm to begin with. Softer clay becomes harder to use, or it is harder to use initially if you don't have like a good touch. You know, if you're not, you need the hand-eye coordination with tools and like pressure control to work with softer clay. So it's going to be easier to kind of control things when it's a firmer clay. When you start to develop that sense of touch, you can start using softer clay and still be able to create detailed results. You just have to, you just have to have more of a careful touch. So, because there are benefits. The benefit to having softer clay is you can kind of work with larger amounts more quickly, more in like a flowy manner. Oops. Okay, let me see here. Let me get these in the oven and then we'll work on this. And this is a baked clay. So yeah, you have to cook it in a kitchen oven. Typically a kitchen oven is the best scenario for baking. You technically could use like a smoker. Basically anything you can get to 275 Fahrenheit, 130 Celsius for 30 minutes, whatever environment that is, will work. So some people, a toaster oven can work. A heat gun can work. You know, one of these guys. There's just going to be a little bit more challenges with using something like this or a toaster oven. There's different things to be careful about. The most easy and stable environment is just a regular oven. So, but yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Let me get this in the oven, and then we're gonna work on this other stuff. I'll be right back. All right, let's see here. Oh, yes. You must have an armature with your sculptures. An armature is a structure that will stay the same whether it's heated or not. That's what will classify the armature. So, in the world of polymer clay, the clay has structure right now. This stuff right here, this really sturdy, really good structure. But when I heat this up again, it loses that structure. So there needs to be something underneath holding it all together, that it won't just fall apart when I heat it, you know. So it holds it for the initial building up, but even after that, it's still holding it. So. Hey, Fraggins. Frilbo Fraggins. Fleabo Fraggins. Right. There is a certain, like, you know, like, for example, this little head right here doesn't have an armature. You know, it was able to hold itself up just like that. So there is a certain limit that you can push the clay to. But once it kind of gets beyond a certain point, it needs structure. So. Yeah, do it, Preston. Pack it out with kitchen foil top. Usually, yeah, larger areas I bulk out with aluminum foil. So like on a character like this, I won't do the legs or the arms, but I'll do the torso typically with foil. And I actually use one thing I started using that I really like, that I highly recommend, is foil tape. So after you lay your foil down, you put like a piece of foil tape, wrap it around, and that like kind of holds it all together. You can get this if you go to your hardware store, and the duct work bakes faster with foil, right? It bakes more evenly. So like the inside, you know, if the clay's too thick, then you're cooking it from the outside and not quite getting fully cooked on the inside. So it helps you save on material, and also helps it bake easier, or bake more evenly if you do like the foil on the inside. Right, exactly. A thin layer versus a lump. I mean, really, I shouldn't go much thicker than, like, I would say, like this layer of thickness, typically. Levita, push through it, huh? Like stuffing in a turkey. That's right. All right, let's get to work on this here. Okay. Pull up my reference. Let's see. There we go. That's good, Levita. Back on the wagon. Levita fell off the wagon and laid there for 3 days, staring up at the sky. Then she dusted herself off and jumped back on the wagon. The paralysis broke. Some people fall off the wagon and they just lay on the ground all the rest of their days. Sad. It's a sad thing. It's literally because you watched a Bruce Lee video. He said, "Do it now what you want." The wise words of Bruce Lee. Do it now what you want, not later. How did he had an unexpected death, didn't he? Bruce Lee? What caused it? Died from taking aspirin. Did he really? All right, Lori. Hey, thanks for chilling with us. Allergic reaction. This is why I take nothing. That's why I don't take nothing. See? What a great legend brought down by humans and their little potions and little chemicals. Age 32. Oh no, terrible. Swelling of the brain. Hypersensitive reaction to an ingredient in a prescription painkiller. Shame. Wonder who the doctor was that prescribed him. Oh. It was not directly prescribed to Bruce Lee. Instead, it was a personal prescription belonging to Taiwanese actress Betty Ting Pei. And you believe the Chinese mob had him killed? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if it was something like that. I don't know Bruce Lee, but it definitely seems out of character that he would even take a pain med. You know, any sort of like peak physical type person like that, pain is like a normal thing for them. They literally run headlong into pain all day, every day through physical exertion. So to like take an aspirin, you know, like I can't even tell you the last time I took a pain med myself. Probably back in like high school. Seems quite out of character for him to take an unprescribed aspirin. But who knows? I mean, he does spout a lot of truth, doesn't he? Well, you'd have to look at the things he was saying, which that's usually what it boils down to. Like Bob Marley, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I've not looked into it. To look at the things he was saying. That's a new rabbit hole for me to go down. I bet he was saying some interesting things, though. If indeed it was foul play. His son was killed shooting the Crow movie, which fueled more rumors. Yeah. Well, I mean, Bruce Lee was a big influential person, you know what I mean? Not some Joe Schmo kung fu instructor. Also, yeah, I'm guessing if it was some foul play, he had a voice that a lot of people listened to, and he was not willing to be controlled, you know? And especially if he starts saying some things that shouldn't be said, then there's your motive right there. This right here. So you can find this one in, if you look up wax carving tool set, you'll find like metal ended tools on both sides. This end right here. This I use this end less often, but it kind of comes to a point, whereas this end is more of like a rounded point, and it's more flat. This end is more of like it's a little bit thicker, and one's a shovel, the other's an axe. Yeah, this has like more of like, it's flat in this manner, and then this one is flat on the side instead of on this face. I think the best scenario would be this exact end, but inverted on this side. So like this more flat and the same kind of end, but it's opposite. You know, it's flat this direction, not this direction. Like I said, I don't use this end as much. I should buy another set and then like hammer this end out and like shape it to be just like this end is. This is a detail tool, but this one is a shaper. So you have detail tools and you have clay shapers. So this is one you move the clay around with. You know, you're adding like your blob of clay. You use your fingers, and then you use this one to kind of like smooth pieces together and to shape things, you know. If that makes sense. Yes.
I'm making. I'm making this character, and it got finished. It's a character in a Lincoln Island movie. It's the main character.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that guy.
And the color filter.
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, but of course. Let's see. Filters. There we go. Wow, very nice. Just like, what's that? It's an angry thing on the top of his head?
It's his like hat. It's his creature. Yeah, it's just like a Lincoln Island cool popular movie.
Okay. I like the boots, the curly tip shoes.
It's like a clown movie.
Yeah. And I like that you did these little wrinkles on where the ankles of the boots bend. That's where wrinkles are made, is where things bend.
He also has giant claws.
I saw that, yeah. And is that for feathers or scales?
Those are like his scales.
Oh, okay. Very interesting character.
Yeah, it's a very cool movie.
What she used to color it? She uses acrylic markers, I believe.
Yeah. I think so. Let me show you my markers.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, they're nice. They're these acrylic paint markers. Let's see. They cover really well. Oh, there we go. It's a nice design. Very smooth.
These are some of the kinds.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Acrylic markers. Yeah. You ordered some alcohol markers, right?
But they didn't come yet.
Yeah.
Mom said it's lots and lots of colors.
It'd be interesting to play around with those. Alcohol markers will be different than acrylic.
They will?
Yeah, they are transparent, meaning when you put the color down, you can see through still.
Oh.
So yeah, this one, the color covers more. It doesn't let you see through very much.
But that's because I made it look a little bit like lighter in these spots.
Yeah, I see the orange. So you can do more blending with alcohol markers like this.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'll show you something quickly.
Yeah, I used alcohol markers a long time ago. I was taking a product development class where we use alcohol markers to Oh, sounds like she hurt herself. Oops. Set that to the side. Oh, hey, Seika. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. How was your stream, Seika? How you doing today? A little bit of bookwork. The book. Yes.
So we watched a video,
Uh-huh.
and they were using those markers, and I really wanted them,
Oh, okay. That's cool.
and that's what it showed. So mom made this sketch. I colored it.
Okay. They were using the alcohol markers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have them.
Well, you can do shading with colored pencils too. Just takes longer. The alcohol markers are faster.
Yeah, and pencils just are pretty good too.
Yeah. I always liked coloring with colored pencils while growing up.
Yeah, I have a huge collection.
Yeah, you do.
If you had that, you would always use them.
Well, I could use them. I just don't draw as much as you do. There you go.
Well, I'm making
Oh, don't forget your markers.
right. I'm making the next character now.
All right.
Well, bye.
All right. I'm excited to see it. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Well, yeah, I mean, Emma just practices a lot. She's interested in doing artwork like her parents, and she practices quite a bit. That's the name of the game. You get out what you put in. No, this is I mean, it's a Modern Warfare character, but he's from specifically from Escape from Tarkov. Yeah. I never played it either. I watched it though. I watched it be played for a little while there. I enjoyed watching some Tarkov streams. I actually find myself enjoying watching someone who's really proficient play a game like that nowadays than doing it myself, because I just don't want to commit the time it would take to become really good at the game. So instead of just being really mediocre at it, I'd rather just watch somebody that knows what they're doing, that's invested that time in doing it well. I'll enjoy it through them. No, I didn't go to school for this. I am self-taught. Just using the resources available on the internet and my own intuition. That's true, yeah. Yeah, when there's shenanigans, it's entertainment. It's like when you watch Frodo going through this great adventure. I'm sure it's pretty miserable for Frodo, but enjoyable for us who are watching in the comfort of our own homes. Yeah, most people do. I mean, I went to school for something else, young grasshopper, and discovered the same situation. But yeah, I didn't pursue sculpture until after I had stopped going to school. I was trying to pursue industrial design. You know, I already had the interest there, though. I already had interest in sculpture, and I was already kind of pursuing the craft in my years of high school. But no one ever told me, or I never really assumed that there was a way to make a living at it. So I had to grasp for other ideas that I wasn't so fond of because, you know, out of necessity, you know, you just feel like, well, I need to have some sort of a future and I need to figure it out right now because that's what they tell you. It's like, yeah, you know, let's just say 18-year-olds, 17 and 18-year-olds are not very suited for figuring out what they're going to do with the rest of their life. I'm not sure why we pressure our youth to have it all figured out by then. But yes, in hindsight, I definitely would have gone about things differently, of course. Money, that's why, you know, the hopes of dreams of the youth is quite a new group of schmucks every year. Fresh meat. A new naive customer base every year. Think about that. That's amazing. It's okay. With Emma, the wrong will be righted. I will show her the way. The lessons that I've learned in my life will be passed down, hopefully. And to any who are willing to listen, of course. You would become a doctor. Doctor. You know, here's something to think about. We go through life and we go through hard times in life. And it's easy to think back and be like, man, I wish I had done such and such different so I wouldn't have to gone through that hard time. But what we don't realize is how much we changed because of the fact we had to go through that hard time. And perhaps it was something we needed. You know, our soul needed that. That's the thing we don't realize. I'm quite content with who I am and how I got here. But, oh geez, wrong button. But it's time to eat. So enough of that serious nonsense. But distraction. Quick, look over here. Food. Well, I made this is a homemade bun and a fried chicken that I made yesterday. Leftover fried chicken sandwich. With some guacamole and onions, looks like. And then some skyr Norwegian yogurt with some blueberries and a little bit of honey. Your favorite part of each stream? Yeah, I make my own buns from scratch. I bake them from scratch. There's wheat flour, honey, milk, water, yeast, salt, butter. I got that recipe down to a science. Like, I don't even need the recipe to do it anymore. I can make those buns pretty automatically. Consistency. Now it's very similar to any burger bun you would buy from a store. It's just good quality ingredients, It's not crumbly. Mm-hmm. Million times tastier than store-bought. Yeah. And not loaded with random ingredients. Like human hair. Oh, thank you, Jones. Yeah, I will definitely call upon it. What is the name of that ingredient? I'm curious. It's called, the ingredient's called L-cysteine. It's an amino acid used as a dough conditioner to make bread softer and last longer on the shelf. Manufacturers source it from dissolved human hair, duck feathers, hog hairs. Some brands now use synthetic or plant-based versions. Dissolved human hair bread. No hair in my bread. Just bread in the bread. That's sick. Yeah, well, if you ever buy bread that's on the shelf and you always wonder why it stays soft and nice for so long, now you know. Sorry to ruin that for you. Don't fall for any of that fear-mongering. No, it's fine. If you want hair, you can have hair in your bread. That's fine. I'm just choosing not to. There's no fear-mongering. You know, I'll have some hair bread from time to time, you know. If I'm at a gathering or an event or something and they got some hair bread there, I'll indulge a little bit. I'm just not gonna have it back at home. That's all. There's a yeah. Princess Leia's. It's the duck fat. Oh, sorry. You got it wrong. It's the feathers, not the fat. I feel much better about it being feathers than human hair. Dissolved human hair. I wonder if hair salons sell their hair. Do they? Like the hair clippings they sweep off the floor? No, they don't. Mm-hmm. Where do they get the hair? You feel bad for food scientists? Oh, yeah, let me get back to I'm getting distracted. Let me just eat. One bun, no hair, please. Okay, I must know. Where do they source the hair to make L cysteine? Oh my goodness, look at this. So I looked up if the hair salons sell hair. It says no. Then I looked up where do they source the human hair for the making of L-cysteine, the ingredient that makes bread soft. And it says human hair to make L-cysteine is sourced from barber shops and beauty salons. This raw material primarily comes from countries like China. China hair bread. Oh, that's right. I did coin that term. So when you see bread on the shelf of the grocery store, you can say, some China hair bread right there. Nice loaf of China hair bread. Nice. Yeah. It can be made from feathers. So this actually, it's interesting. So I looked into the history of this a while ago, and it comes from bakers finding out that if they use hog quills in like crushing up hog quills and putting them in the bread, tend to make their bread softer and last longer. So that was kind of the beginning of it way back when. Cat hair bread. Yes, I do have a nice loaf of cat hair bread. Everything's wrapped a little bit in satire there, Cab Slick. I guess not everything, but I'm sure the ingredients processed quite a bit down to its like raw, like chemical compounds. Everything is sourced from somewhere. It's all natural. Let me go put my. That's funny. Yes. Fall asleep to my streams, and I will program your mind as you sleep. Just get in there and adjust a few things and put some things back in different places. That's the name of the game. All right, let me go put my plate and bowl away, and then we'll continue. I'll be right back. Today's kingdom word of the day is gerbil or dribble. Dribble? Dribble. To spill a liquid by shaking or unsteady moving of the vessel. To pour out unsteadily. Don't dribble your coffee, Mr. Wizard. Dribble. Dribble. You dribble a little bit. Hey, Cabslick. Sorry that upset you. That was not my intention, of course. Just sharing some information. Apologies. Fell asleep because you were up all night? Young grasshopper, you must get your rest. How can you perform your daily duties being so tired? Okay, back to work. Off day. Oh. No work today, huh? That's probably why you stayed up late, huh? Hey, Crystallarium, how you doing? Happy Monday. Yeah, of course, Kevzik. we all go through various challenges and things in life, so totally understandable. Don't let me leave a bad taste in your mouth. I appreciate you being here. They've been stuck with you since. Man, this weekend flew by, didn't it? And like, it really didn't feel like much of a weekend at all. We were also stuck inside because of the chemical formaldehyde floating in the air outside. Hey, welcome back, Kano. We just push the clay around with the tools until it looks like what we want it to, and that's about it. That's all there is to it. I'm in the Midwest. The middle. The mid coast. I do live on a coast of the Mississippi River. It's a pretty big body of water. An abomination. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I live in the Quad Cities area, if you're familiar. Next to Davenport. The Illinois-Iowa border. We all have roles, Kano. We all specialize. Like parts of a body. A toe cannot be an eye. A toe is a terrible eye. And an eye is a terrible toe. The eye looks at the toe and says, wow, what a terrible eye you are. You can't see anything. And the toe looks at the eye and says, what a terrible toe you are. So sensitive. Can't hold any weight. Eye toe, stubbing your eye toe. Yeah, don't stub your eye toe. Emma is in quite a Lego phase right now. Me and her started a scrapyard. I made a scrapyard owner character, and he's organizing all the scrap and turning it into robots and vehicles to sell to the town folks. She's totally into that storyline. So we want to go hunt down large collections of a lot of people will sell like their whole bin of just random Legos for relatively cheap. I want to go hunt some of those down. Little assorted bins. Giant tub of Legos. We need more robot building materials. Oh, just hang around here long enough, Fluffer. You'll find out. I do appreciate that, though. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, just give it a few minutes here. I chase all the sane ones away. Yeah, there's a delicate selection process. This is like the Venus flytrap of the internet. You're lured in with the sweet smells of the of the sugary substance seeping from the pads of the Venus flytrap. And once you get close enough and you stay long enough, eventually it closes on you. And the acids from this very sweetness that you were drawn to start to slowly decompose your body as you merge into the Venus flytrap and become part of it. Nutrients. Two months away. Yeah, it takes about 24 months. You stay here for 24 months and you're basically fully assimilated. The spell fully takes effect and there's no turning back. You have to be careful sharing such information, Kibros. You have to gauge whether someone's open for it or not. You can't just wave those informations around. You don't want to end up getting Bruce Lee'd there, Kibros. Ooh, Kevros took a bad aspirin. Let's see. I feel like maybe there needs to be another bag right here. But we don't need to, let's just finish the ones that are here. We don't need to start a new one. Right now we're in like finishing mode. We can decide to add new ones later. I think a storm's coming in. It'd be nice. Scorch. I should have never given Scorch this information. He's already weaponized it. I actually never even thought of that. Now that you mention it. Let me see here, Deagle. How are you, Mr. Deagle? Oh, let's see. Oh, I can see it. Nice. Okay. Oh, look at that. Take pieces of chalk, you put them in a bag, crush them up. You know, it's funny. Emma already does this on her own because she watched a PBS Kids show where they do this. They make chalk paint almost. You take powdered chalk and you just add water and you paint with it. That's cool. Now we do. We actually get the like nice chalk pastels to do our sidewalk chalk art. That's cool though, man. That's really nice. You do here. Let me just show you. You take chalk, you crush it up into powder, and then add water essentially, and then paint with it. Well, me and Emma want to enter the there's every year they do this chalk art competition in my area. And me and Emma want to enter next year. Daddy, daughter. They basically they map out these like square sections, and it's just like a whole area, concrete area of a bunch of chalk squares. So me and her are training for the chalk competition. See, those might be pretty good. There's a little drawstring from here. All right, I think those look pretty good. Can bake that and lock it in. Cool. What's next? Let's see. I think we'll work on our chess pieces actually next. We got everything that's unbaked to a baking stage. Except for Liam, but that's going to take a whole session in itself. You know what? We could finish off this guy. Yeah. It's nice to just get everything locked in, you know? It's just so nice to start. We'll start each session this week with, you know, being able to slap on new layers of material, so. Okay. So, yeah, we'll do his, we gotta do his arm, his two arms. Now that we have his base finished up. All right, and then we can work a little bit on the king, which is the rat king. I'll be right back. Get these molds out of the oven. Some fresh chain links. There we go. This is the last one of these we need here. Very good. Hey, Melon. How you doing? Okay. Now, I think we're actually going to leave that there, and we'll get into this tomorrow. Yeah. I actually have to get out of here. I got to get to doing something else for the rest of the middle of the day here. Some off-stream stuff. But I will join you guys this evening, and we'll... Actually, you know what? We might be able to do that this evening. We'll continue the... Get a head start on the chess pieces. We'll finish off the arms. He needs some weapons. I think we're gonna give him like a big chunk of meat or something. Oh no, we're giving him the soup spoon. That's right, the soup spoon. I bamboozled. Yeah, the plan shifted a little bit while I was away. That happens from time to time. I'm sorry. But it's good. We got a lot of work done. We got 3 projects to a baking stage. Fine. I will join you guys this evening. I'll be back in about 6 hours from now. I'll be back, and we'll work on the chess piece this evening. No stream this Wednesday. Yeah, so this Wednesday is me and my wife's 7-year anniversary. So we're gonna take the day off and just hang out and just enjoy the extra day. And 7 years. It's crazy. It's gone fast, that's for sure. 7 is the cosplay. I think cosplay did come out around the same time. So it might even be the 7-year cosplay anniversary. So 2020 is when cosplay was released. So 6 years. That's crazy. So that means I haven't even had cosplay for half of my art career. Not even half. Just about almost half. Man, all that wasted time in the past without cosplay. This thing's been taunting me to sculpt it. I desperately have been wanting to just jump into this thing. I've had to actively resist. This is how this stuff happens, man. I just create a little thing like this, and then it's like all I want to work on. It's just sitting there taunting me. I can see maybe a spontaneous, maybe a late night evening make something out of this session. Yes. Yeah, didn't it have that same kind of same thing, Kevros, something like that. I keep seeing like either a robot or maybe something wooden, a wooden mask type character. I don't know. Anyways, it's been a really awesome Monday morning with you guys. I will be back this evening. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you later, either tonight or tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll be working on the chess pieces in the morning. Chess set. Let's see. Where can I leave you? Nina Jane art, working on some Lord of the Rings stuff. Sure. Let's check it out. Okay, my friends. Till next time. Bye-bye.